Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. In the atmosphere of social media, Twitter, Reddit, and whatnot, conversations happen left, right, and center, almost millions a day. And you will always have someone coming in and chiming in that wasn't nearly part of the original conversation, trying to do their best to add to those conversations. But unfortunately, sometimes you get people chiming in that not only have nothing to do with the conversation, but have nothing to add to the conversation and end up usually looking far worse for wear at the end of it. And of course, this is no different case. Anyway, Alyssa Mercante decided to insert herself into a conversation that had nothing to do with her and got summarily I don't know if the word's humiliated, but it was a lovely little story that we're going to go on over here on Smash JT. Smash, you're talking about Alyssa again. How could you? Oh, wait, it's because she inserts herself into the public space over and over again, showing her ass, so to speak, and yeah, summarily summarily, might not be the best word, putting her foot in her mouth. Unceremoniously putting her foot in her mouth. Let's see. Alyssa Mercante, publicly humiliated by Moon Studios director. Utter destruction. Smash, you have a lovely way with words. Utter destruction of Alyssa Mercante at the hands of Moon Studios director. Isn't she such a lovely person? In a viral social media exchange, Alyssa Mercante, an activist, she wishes she was. Jacktivist is a more appropriate term. From Kotaku, known for her misleading takes. No, she doesn't have misleading takes. She had outright lies, blatantly misrepresentative takes, intentionally misrepresenting people. Lawsuit threats. I can't wait to see how that's going to go. Contacting spouses, trying to get, well, implying we know what she was trying to do. Among a laundry list of other personal attacks on the entire video game community at large, recently found herself dismantled by one. Thomas Mahler, the director behind Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori of the Will of the Wisps. What started as a heated online interaction quickly evolved into an outright schooling by Mahler, whose calm, composed response stood in stark contrast to Mercante's rude and confrontational approach. And I do believe she had a couple of other responses after you put this article out, Smash. We're going to look at those too. Let's see how it started. So, because someone decides to use some calligraphic type of the Quaylog. Anyway, Ingenue decided to post this little gem. Hey folks, I'm Ray. I work at a gaming industry in UX, R&D, and game production. I worked on various software and hardware for Xbox. Now work as an independent media producer and had the privilege of working on the Dota Internationals 2023 and other gaming media projects. Now she shares a couple of pictures in here, one of which, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which heavily implies that Ingenue here, whatever, that she worked on good old Ori over here. Oh, Quaylog. Do we call her Quaylog? She's blocking everybody. Yeah, I think she's, no, protected. Protected because, well, Quaylog over here said something foolish, got called out for it, and doesn't like the responses that they're getting. Okay. I don't know about claim to be involved in development, but heavily implies that they worked on Ori. Well, acclaimed Mahler, good old Thomas Mahler, the director for the Ori games, came out and had a little question. I'm the director behind the Ori games, and I don't know who you are or how you were affiliated with Ori, Mahler posted, effectively starting a public conversation. And again, there's nothing wrong with a public conversation. People are going to insert themselves, but if you're going to insert yourselves into these conversations, please do everyone a favor and add to the conversation instead of what actually happens here. Turns out, technically, she was involved in gaming because she worked for a telemarketing company that was hired to research user data for Xbox at one point. Oh, my lord. That's why she shared the picture. Because she worked for a telemarketing company. Okay. No, she didn't work on the actual game like she tried to initially claim, well, imply. So while the now hidden post, because of protected mode, here's what she said caught in the screenshot prior. I worked with Xbox User Research, I was URA, for global publishing during 2018 and 2020. Nice to meet you. Okay, again, polite. To which, Thomas Mahler says, that could explain it. He goes on to say, I didn't want to cause you any trouble. I just saw you posting that you worked on Ori and had no idea who you are. All right. But then he goes a little bit deeper because apparently he went and did a little digging onto the kind of things Quaylog, or Quilog likes to post. Since you're calling people names online, I thought it was important to inform people that you never actually worked for Moon Studios, because that can have serious effect on the reputation of the studios if people believe a lovely individual like this, going around calling people names and multiple other things, is associated with them. So he just wanted to clear the air. Make sure that you never actually worked for Moon Studios and that you didn't ever directly engage with anyone at Moon. Always nice to meet people, Ray, even those you disagree with. This is important because effectively she was pretending to have a standing in the game industry to speak from a place of personal experience and influence. Taking advantage of a picture, heavy implications that she had something to do with a rather popular game. Game franchise. Well, while in reality, it wasn't that at all. So we have a Joe. Let's see. MacCad Lad said on Twitter, quote, I grew apples that eventually became freeze-dried food for the astronauts. I'm a rocket scientist. Well, what does good old Alyssa Mercante say? You're a dickhead. That's how you respond. That's what you're adding to this. And the response from Thomas Mahler is absolutely fantastic. He responds, I don't know who you are. Which, honestly, I wish none of us knew who Alyssa Mercante was. Wow. Just comes into the conversation that she has absolutely nothing to do with and insults the man because he didn't know who someone was who was trying to represent a game that she had nothing to do with. Calling him a dickhead. My dear. But instead of returning the insult, Mahler kindly explained the creative process at Moon Studios, highlighting how normal it is. Okay, did you jump ahead here? So Alyssa calls him a dickhead. Thomas Mahler says, I don't know who you are. So Alyssa responds with, maybe you forgot. Apparently, this is a reference back to an article, a little hit piece Kotaku did. Let's see, Mahler sometimes argued with the veterans that he brought in, and he changed his mind about the decisions they made and would overrule them. He's the creative director. That's what they do. He's in charge of the game. Mahler would also forget about agreements and then argue for the opposite to happen, and then impacted the work of multiple people, multiple developers said. I said that right. So the creative director disagreed with some of the direction that the devs working for him were doing. They had heated discussions about it and apparently came to agreements because, well, the two games came out and everybody loves them. Okay. To be honest, the dude has spent way more time trying to be cordial with Alyssa than she has earned. Well, he's a developer. He's in charge of a franchise now. Probably wants to do more and wants to, he wants to come across professional. So kudos to him, staying professional, unlike other people we know in the games journalist industry. But his response to, maybe you forgot we did a hit piece on you because we don't like how you treat your people. So here's what he says. Hey, Alyssa, you're apparently a journalist. Well, former cam girl as well. Apparently a journalist from Kotaku. So I'm guessing you haven't worked in actual game development yet. I wouldn't call that a dig, just stating the obvious. Let me try to explain the thing you posted about, which I'm guessing was from the hit piece from a few years back. Yes, it was. Yes, I'm guilty of what's stated in that image, and that's okay, because this is the normal creative process, something Alyssa Mercante would definitely not know anything about. Mahler further dismantled Mercante's behavior by patiently explaining that at Moon Studios, arguments are part of the process, probably at a multitude of other studios. When you have people working on a game that can want one thing, want another thing, and they have to be play tested, and they have to be cleared, hopefully, by one person who has the final decision. Not a bad idea when it comes to game dev, because otherwise you'll get 600 people working on a game, and it ends up coming out to be a buggy, disgusting, bloated mess. No idea what I'm talking about. Let's see. where passionate developers work hard to contribute their ideas and arrive at the best possible solutions. He's also stated concerning the hit piece that Kotaku did, courtesy of Alyssa Mercante. We brought lots of veterans into Moon because generally, great people want to get the opportunity to work on great projects. And that's our goal at Moon. We always set out to create the kind of games we'd love to play ourselves. Passion for the industry that you're in, passion for the project that you're working on, wanting to make something fun. I don't know, where have I heard that for? Heard that before. Make it fun first. Sounds like that's what Moon Studios wants to do. Interesting. We always set out to create games that we would love to play ourselves that fill some hole in the market because for some reason, these holes haven't been filled yet, unlike Alyssa Mercante. Excuse me. And so we're all incredibly passionate about what we do. There's that word again. That forbidden word in the AAA studios. Passion. With great talent comes lots of enthusiasm and passion. I love that word. Which absolutely leads to arguments because ultimately everyone is working hard on getting their vision into the game, but also everyone at Moon understands that we're working together as a team. So the point of these arguments is then to try and convince each other why this and that solution would be the best thing for the game we're making. In the best interest of the product itself, and arguing about it, pleading your case, and then coming to an agreement. Sounds like a winner to me. And the best solution ought to win. There you go. With great talent comes great enthusiasm and passion. Oh, how we wish we had more of that in the AAA studios. It's often a chaotic process, but it's controlled chaos. And yes, absolutely every now and then I have to put my foot down because that's his job. He's the creative director for Moon Studios. And set the direction because I'm the game director. Sorry, I said creative director. He is the game director. And ultimately, it's my responsibility to ensure that everyone knows where things are heading and that decisions get made. And yes, it has also happened that I agreed to a certain decision, play tested some more, and changed his mind, changed the direction after. Again, to me, this is a normal part of the process. Something Alyssa has no clue about. You think she would do more research being a journalist or a so-called journalist? Do more research, do more little digging instead of putting out a hit piece to try to make people look bad because you don't like what they said? Let's see. Normal part of the creative process, since things get clearer and clearer, the more stuff gets implemented and the more we play and test. Let's see. Without even breaking a sweat, Waller continued to educate Mercante on the nature of creative work. Yes, indeed. I'll acknowledge that sometimes tough decisions must be made. He framed it as a standard part of the game development, which it is. It should be. You should have someone in there to get people set straight. He even cited Legend of Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto's famous upending the tea table metaphor, illustrating that even the best directors pivot during the creative process. Here's the quote. To me, all this is just how creative work happens, because it is. It can be painful. My job, just like any good director, is to understand what's going on and make sure the right decisions get made, even if some work might get rendered useless in the process. See here. Okay. See, even Miyamoto is guilty of that. We keep going. Mercante, unable to match Mahler's professionalism, doubled down, but Mahler ended the exchange by addressing her insult with grace. Let's see. Oh, wait. I don't know why you're out here cursing out game developers, but I hope... There it is. A few years back, we hired some folks that didn't really fit our culture. Oh, no. We had to part ways with them, and then this article happened. Wasn't a great feeling seeing some ex-Moon folks talk badly behind our backs, but ultimately it just made it clear that these folks shouldn't have worked at Moon in the first place. Oh, boy. I love it. He just comes out calmly, professionally, completely and totally dismantles not only the article, but, you know, calling him a dickhead. I love it. Don't you love it? I'm going to put a crown on this man. I hope they're happier now wherever they landed. Didn't throw out any insults, no vulgarities. I don't know why you're out here cursing out game developers, because she's jealous and hates her job and hates games and gamers. And what your whole deal is, oh, we know. Believe me, we know. But I hope that gave you some insight into the creative process and its messiness and beauty. I hope you have a good day, a nice day. Yours, Dickhead. I love it. A little bitty snot, little jokingly remark right there at the end. I love it. Final nail in the coffin made when Mahler signed off. Yours, dickhead. Using her own insults to disarm and neutralize her aggressiveness with humor. Pure gold. 100% agree there on that one, Smash. Probably earned Mahler an incoming C&D with... Wait, C&D? C&D. From Alyssa. As she loves threatening... Oh, cease and desist. Sorry. Oh, he's going to send her... Oh, that would be icing on the cake for her stupidity. To anyone who dares embarrass her publicly, oh, believe me, there are so many people who are just, again, showing off Alyssa's words and her actions. Let's see. With many other Twitter noticing how effortlessly he dismantled Mercante's claims and attitude. I'm going to go ahead and link the article. We have a little bit more here. I'm going to link the article, but I wanted to go a little bit further because, well, Alyssa responds to his response. And it's, of course, naturally golden. This is because a man talking about Mahler, who allegedly fostered a sexist, oppressive workplace, decided to wrongfully publicly accuse a woman of lying about her job history, which sent the army of chuds, because you can't come up with any other decent and insulting names. It's just everybody's a chud. Chud, 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 chud. I called him a dickhead for it. Okay. So allegedly fostered allegedly. So there's no proof, but you decided to run your article anyway. You made accusations, baseless accusations based on words of disgruntled employees without vetting any of those employees, because I'm sure you didn't, because it's Kotaku and it's Alyssa Mercante. Wrongfully publicly accuse a woman of lying. No, she lied. She lied. She implied that she worked on Ori when she didn't work on either one of the games. That is a lie. A lie by omission is still a lie. Information without specifications is mistruth, holding back information, which is still a lie about your job history. Sent an army of chuds after her. No, it was actually her words that sent the army of chuds, as you like to say it, after her. And you calling him a dickhead? Well, he could have DM'd her. No, she put that information out on the public space. Therefore, anyone and everyone is free to respond. He could have DM'd her. Oh, you mean like you DM'd Smash's wife? Like that? He knew what he was doing. Oh, just like yeah, maybe if you knew what you were doing, I could agree with you. Well, apparently one more little response. TLDR, I ain't reading that because Alyssa is not going to learn anything from this exchange. Not going to earn any humility, no grace, nothing. No professionalism at all. How can you have professionalism as a journalist if you come out and call a game dev a dickhead because you just didn't like what he had to say? I'm not reading that. I'm happy for you, though, or sorry that happened. My goodness. We all love Alyssa, and we all love to point and laugh and make sure all the wonderful, lovely things that she says, make sure they're out in the public. Don't let her hide. She's despicable. She's malicious, intentionally misleading, misrepresenting in her articles. So, but again, you be the judge. Decide for yourself. I'm just here to put the information out there. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that you do to beg you to do, and I hope to see you on the next one.